Like most gamers, I've got a few games in my backlog that I keep meaning to finish and unlock the platinum in, and one of those games is SLY 4, so now is as good a time as any, so I decided to dust off my PlayStation Vita and go for the platinum.
What? What the fuck?
And you know what? I really enjoy playing on my Vita again. Even though the game I was playing was a bit rubbish compared to other games in the series, I did eventually unlock that platinum trophy. However, there was one bronze trophy that was absolutely bullshit. And that was the Navigate Like Drake bronze trophy, which required you to take a look at the map in every episode. It's bullshit because in total there are 6 episodes in the game with around 50 unique maps scattered across the specific levels in each episode, as well as the hideouts and the open hub world areas for each episode. So straight away you can tell that there's a lot of maps you need to try and get for this trophy, and it's a trophy that essentially just boils down to going into an area, pressing select to bring up the map, looking at it for a few seconds, and then moving on. Great. Sounds really fun, doesn't it? So straight away you can see that this is most likely going to be a bullshit and annoying trophy to grind out and unlock once you realise the amount of work you're going to have to do just to unlock this pathetic bronze trophy. Oh, and a word of warning, if you are going to go for this trophy, before you do anything, before you even press start to begin the game, please go online and find a list of the locations for each map, and then print them out and have them by your side at all times when playing this, so that you can cross each one off as you go along, because despite the game having around 50 different maps for you to find over the course of the game's 6 episodes, the developers felt that it was best not to give the player a list or an in-game tracker to even show which maps they already had. So if you play through this game and you miss one, you're shit out of luck, or worse, if you're like me and you stop playing it for a while and it's a few years before you come back to it and go for it again, and then you accidentally forget that this trophy even existed, you'll be hard pressed to remember which ones you actually missed, forcing you to then go through each of the game's levels again to just try and unlock the maps and hope that you actually get the one that you missed. And trust me, that really isn't fun.
She cracks me up.
I just don't get why developers don't put in-game trackers for bullshit collectible trophies like this, as it just really makes it awkward to get it without these sort of trackers. And to be honest, this trophy really did ruin my experience of SLY 4, as I was constantly pressing select, paranoid that the map may have been updated or if it changed mid-level, so I was always checking and rechecking it for fear of missing one out, and I would often just stay on the map for a long time because I wasn't sure how long you had to view it, or if you could just simply press select and then quickly press it again to close it. So I was hovering around on the maps for like 10 seconds at a time, so it really did slow down my gameplay, and to be honest, it made the experience much more boring and frustrating. Some levels, particularly the ones with a boss at the end, often contain multiple maps, so you may start that level and press select to see the map, and then you'll think you've got the map for this level, so you just play through the rest of it as normal without looking at the map again. However, once you get deeper into level and you get to that boss area, without you really knowing, it's changed and there's a different map. I mean, who the fuck does that? One level randomly has 2 maps, while other levels will just have 1 unique map, or some other levels in the game will just repeat maps you've already gotten because you go back to the same sort of areas. It's just so fucking mismatched and just fucking awkward. And that happens a lot in the game, as some levels will take place in the hub area, so you can get that straight away before doing any of the missions, or some levels will revisit buildings that you went into on a prior mission or a level, so you're never really sure if that counts. You know, is this level on this mission, even though it's the same area, does that count as a different map? Or is it the same one? So should I open it up again here, or should I just leave it? And the game never really tells you about that. It never tells you how long you should open the map for, and how often, and what levels it should be. It just leaves it to just guesswork, and you'll be constantly asking yourself about a lot, as the game just seems to want to make this trophy as awkward and as painful for you to unlock as possible. just a really stupid trophy that isn't fun at all to go for, trust me. And the fact that, other than the trophy requirement itself, I don't think you ever really need to look at the maps, as when you're playing the game and you want to know where to go, you just have to push in one of the buttons and you'll get this compass thing appear with an arrow pointing you in the right direction. So there's no real need for the map. It kind of feels like that whole map system is just redundant. I mean, I know that some collectibles can get shown up on the map, but if you're going to go for the collectibles, let's face it, you're going to use the video guide anyway, so there just doesn't seem to be much of a point to the maps, because they certainly don't help you navigate a level, and I guess that's why it has a trophy attached to it, as they spent all that time working on the maps, realised they were pretty pointless, really, and then maybe just added this dumb trophy to give them some sort of meaning after they had paid God knows who buckets of money to come into work every day and make these fucking maps. Quite frankly, it's a tedious, boring and not very well thought out, designed and implemented trophy, made harder and more awkward by the fact that you can't track your progress and know how many you have and how many you need at any point. Backtracking through episodes and levels to hunt down the final one you need is not a good experience, especially when the gameplay is so stop and start anyways. You just feel like you really are wasting your time here. Worst of all though, is the fact that its trophy name, and Navigate Like Drake, completely misses the point of the Uncharted games, as in those games you're often just sliding on your ass, filling it with gravel, jumping on things, trying to climb up, and then just killing people. I mean, I don't remember when I ever had a map of the level and I had to look at it to see where to go. I mean, sure, he has treasure maps, but you never had level-specific maps, so I just don't even think the joke works, to be honest. It just completely falls flat for me. I feel like with this trophy they spent more time and effort coming up with a clever pun regarding Uncharted than actually coming up with an enjoyable and well implemented trophy that complements the gameplay experience. I feel that Navigate Like Drake just completely fails as a trophy in all aspects, to be honest, as it's not enjoyable to do and it detracts from the gameplay, slowing you down and distracting you way too much as you're constantly having to press select and pause the game essentially for a few seconds every time you go into a new area. It's also not really well thought out, with its lack of in-game tracking of how many maps you have and how many are remaining, really just ruining it completely and just making it a trophy that is much more awkward to work towards unlocking than it ever needed to be. Which is why the Navigate Like Drake trophy in SLY 4 gets a bullshit trophy rating of...
Bullshit. Bullshit. Bullshit.
Bullshit. You said so. So bullshit.
Oh shit.
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 Shit. Shit.